Welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by rapodcast.net. This is episode 805, recorded live on September 7th, 2024. And here are your hosts, the man who gave me his Wii to use, Dave Play.
Hi.
And the man who had a decent usage of it this week, Andy Lowe. Hi.
Yay! I'm so glad.
Part of it was, though, because Jamie actually also gave me all of the stuff from the Wii from up north.
Yeah.
And so...
So you finally have Wii Sports.
Yes, Wii Sports. And the guitars for Guitar Hero. He's got a pair of those.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Wii Sports. So, we tried out Wii Sports with the kids, which they didn't, we'd started out with Wii Bowling, which Isaac sort of got. Megan did not get it all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came downstairs one time after putting Isaac to bed, and Kate was sitting there trying out Guitar Hero, but she was trying out Guitar Hero World Tour, which for me personally is one of the weakest song lists that they've done. So we tried that. That was interesting. And then Isaac just randomly was like, "Are those Lego games?" I'm like, yes. So we have been we played Lego Star Wars for a bit today.
Nice.
So
the original, the
Lego Star Wars
plus original.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, which is actually no longer the Complete Saga, but was the Complete Saga at the time. Because I think they did the Complete Saga and then later released ones that was like Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga.
Which I can't believe, is a thing.
Yeah. 2007 was when it was released, so...
The Complete Saga.
Yes.
Excuse me. Well, that's good. I mean, wait, hang on a second. 1 second. Has Isaac seen the 6 movies?
No.
Should you do that?
I don't know.
I'm just the Lego Star Wars games are they're fun games, but there's no dialogue, right?
No, they didn't. They didn't do dialogue until Lego Marvel Superheroes, I do believe, was the first one that actually included dialogue.
So, it's kind of hard to know what's going on. And it probably just seems really weird. I mean, he might be constructing a story in his head, but should you watch the movies?
Oh, shoot, I was wrong. It was actually Lego Batman 2 was the first one to feature dialogue.
Okay, not important.
Yeah.
Compared to the overall question.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess he's old enough for it, right? He's 7?
Yeah, especially with the first game, or the first movie.
Right. Phantom Menace is, there's some scary parts, but, it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks is a kid's character.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. But no, we were playing that. It was... It was a little hard because, Isaac didn't understand what all these things are doing.
Yeah,
he keeps on trying to get the studs right away, and I'm like, no, we just play through the story mode first. Don't worry about the studs.
But he doesn't know the story.
Yeah.
I mean, the more I think of it, Andy, the more you gotta just go sit down and watch the movies.
Well, I'll ask him tomorrow if he wants to watch the first Star Wars movie, because that one's definitely on Disney Plus, so,
Yeah, I mean, I kind of envy you. Getting to be with someone to watch Star Wars for the first time with them, that's pretty cool.
The problem, though, is if he's actually going to pay attention to it, because we've been doing the Kung Fu Pandas movies.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been able to sit through an entire Kung Fu Panda movie in one going.
Well,
and those were the Kung Fu Panda movies are only 90 minutes.
Guess you'll have to find out.
Yep. Well, I'll ask him, but we'll see if because we're almost done with episode 1 in the game, so we'll see how that works.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is the thing that I watched when I was a kid. Sort of. We didn't watch episode 1.
No, I still remember when episode 1 came out in the theaters.
1999.
Yeah. And then senior year, episode 2 came out. Watched that. Did I see both of those? No, did I see both of those with you, or did I only see the second one with you?
I don't know. I know I did a midnight showing of the first one.
I did a midnight showing of the first one at Quality 16 because I wore a bathrobe. And I just happened to be standing in line with the guy who worked at Cool 1071. But yeah, I think the second one was a midnight showing with you.
Probably. Where we went and we're like, it can't be as bad as the first one.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
And then we saw the third one, and we didn't even see the third one midnight showing. I think we saw it day of, maybe, or weekend of. But by the time the third one came out, we're like, fool me once.
Yeah. Well,
shame on you. Fool me twice.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
Damn it, George Lucas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then the Skywalker saga came out. And after that second movie, I still remember because we had a whole bunch of servers to upgrades. There was some patch, something that we had to run through on all the servers. So all the IT people were there, but it was like nobody else was. And then Tyson, my old boss, literally called me up after watching it, and we just sat on the phone for, I think, for like 2 hours, just basically going, what did we watch?
What the hell was this?
It's like, what did we watch?
Isaac won't know that. He won't have that background, so it'll be fine. It'll be great. I don't have anything else about Star Wars. I'm glad that you're getting use out of the Wii.
Mm-hmm. It was it's been good. We'll see where it is. He was asking about the other Wii games now too. We just have the Star Wars one. I think we've got Star Wars and Indiana Jones, which
for Lego?
Yes. Part of me is like, I swear I had all these games. And I go, I pulled the games out of the Xbox, my Xbox bins of games. And I'm going through, I'm like, I swear I played all of the Lego games. I made sure to have played all of the Lego games that I could have on the 360. I'm like, where the hell are they? And then I finally remembered I was able to play all the Lego games because the library here had video game rentals.
Yep. And it might still, for what it's worth.
Nope. I had stopped in and asked him about that.
Oh, it's too bad.
Yep. It was the discs were just getting beat up too much. So they were just like, no, we can't. They stopped after a bit. But yeah, no, I had a rental with the libraries. We just would go in there and, I'd be able to knock out one of these Lego games in like a week.
I vaguely remember that of you renting the games from the library. Borrowing the games, yes, I guess. Not renting. Borrowing the games from the library. We played a lot of video games.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we can pivot this though.
Oh, we can?
Well, we're talking about video games with a movie tie-in.
Yes.
So let's flip that and talk about movies with video game tie-ins.
Okay.
Specifically, Minecraft?
Yeah.
I have explicitly not watched this trailer because I've already heard terrible things about it.
I don't know about this. It just seems wrong. It just looks wrong. It just feels wrong because, in my head, it's like, okay, everything in Minecraft is blocky. That's fine. We'll do the blocks. But then they also make this
live action.
It's like somebody, you see those Minecraft videos that people put on there, and it's like somebody who's downloaded too many mods for their Minecraft. That's what this looks like. It looks like somebody downloaded too many of the ultra realistic mods for your Minecraft
it's like
game.
Super modded Minecraft.
Yes.
But not.
Yeah. And the other thing was all of a sudden these piglins show up in the overworld, which
is that not a thing?
No, that's not. They're in the Nether. They're supposed to. I don't even know if can piglins even survive in the overworld. I think they have to be under shade. I think, or is it zombie piglins? Can penguins survive in the overworld? Of course, this is one of the, in Minecraft, piglins and hoglins can be susceptible to zombification in the overworld. Okay.
So this is they got Jumanji'd into Minecraft.
I guess so, yes.
Reading the short description here.
Mm-hmm.
It's real people that get pulled into the video game. And I feel like we've done that before. I feel like that story's been told.
That story's been told ever since Tron.
Right.
I'm trying to think if there's one earlier than Tron where somebody gets pulled into a video game.
What do I want? Earliest isekai story. Sort of. I mean, that's being transported into another world. Are we looking specifically for they're pulled into a video game?
That's what I was saying. I was thinking pulled into your video game. I think Tron was the first one.
I mean, Tron had to be the first one because video games just weren't there for very long prior to it. But I'm thinking, like, you could argue that Wizard of Oz is kind of an isekai. Alice in Wonderland is an isekai. Okay, here. So Alice in Wonderland is an isekai, but it's to Wonderland, which didn't exist outside of the context of the book. Same thing with Wizard of Oz. Same thing with Peter Pan. Same thing with Narnia. But Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court.
Oh, yeah.
TV tropes.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Jumanji, ILM contains examples of. There has to be a trope named after it, right?
There's one I'm looking at right now, which is When to Exit, but it's not really the same. Inside a computer system trope, maybe? That's more along the lines of the Matrix, though.
Space wildlife, movie with black.
Yeah, I think When to Exit is kind of a character is trapped in a game, and the only way to escape is to win.
Okay.
But I'm trying to see Inceptions. All versions of Jumanji have this trope in effect.
No ontological inertia.
Really? Does this thing not have Tron in it?
What, the TV tropes?
Yeah.
It has Tron in it, Andy.
Well, no, I mean the fact that this When to Exit trope doesn't have Tron in it.
If you go look at Tron, you can look at the list of tropes. Isn't this thrilling? It does not have When to Exit listed. It has year inside, hour outside.
I'm looking through. Wow, there's a lot of tropes in here.
I'm working through it, man. I'm working through it. I'm looking. Unbuilt trope. Tron was cyberspace before cyberspace was invented. A trope namer. There is a trope called trope namer. There has to be a trope named for Jumanji. Like, come on.
The Jumanji was listed in the When to Exit one. All right, so that was live action. All versions of Jumanji have this trope in effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jumanji is surrounding the supernatural hungry jungle-themed mayhem. Okay, well, that's just about being a jungle. That's
Wait, Tron was a book?
Tron was a book? Wait, what?
It might be the novelization. Was Tron a book? Was Tron based on a book? Google, your AI is incorrect. It's like, yes, it's based on a book. The novelization of Tron. That's not how novelizations work. Oh my god. So, Andy, I took a class this week, not to derail the topic any more than we already have.
We're literally looking up tropes. I mean, this...
Yeah.
What have we become? I took a class
this week on prompt engineering.
Well, it's kind of funny you talk about that because there actually is another topic I'd post on here. Somebody had done a study on malicious LLMs.
Okay.
They
malicious or illicit?
Illicit and malicious.
Okay. LLMs that like have their security eased off.
Well, there are two in the on the dark web.
Yeah.
There are two. They did a study on over 200 examples that they could find in underground marketplaces. And they fell into two basic categories. One were the ones that were spun up on their own with no censorship, no control, whatever. And then there were other ones that basically had prompts already built in to basically break the commercial LLMs off of their guardrails.
Where it's you are just injecting something into a prompt that someone has already written to break them out of their guardrails.
Yes. So
interesting.
There were two out of the 200 examples that they found. Those were the two main categories. Ones that people basically had spun up themselves, basically just so there were no guardrails because they made it themselves, right?
Right.
And then there were the other ones that were able to break things like ChatGPT and the like out of their guardrails so that you could try and do whatever you needed to do with it. And it turns out one of the big things that they're doing now is a lot of the LLMs are used to help generate messages for phishing emails.
I don't like that.
Two of the researchers found two uncensored LLMs, Dark GPT and Escape GPT, were able to produce malicious code correctly around 2/3 of the time. And the code that they produced was not picked up by antivirus tools when they ran them against the test.
Gross.
Yep.
And Wolf GPT creates phishing emails managing to evade most spam detectors.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep. Every time there's a good actor, there's bound to be a bad one. So yeah, so there's black market LLMs out there now.
I mean, there probably were within minutes of the main ones going live.
Which I can tangentially bounce off of that one as well.
Sure.
Because there is a lawsuit filed by the state of New Mexico against Snapchat, saying that Snapchat is a primary social media platform for sharing child sexual abuse material and extortion of minors. And they went into Snapchat, yes.
I mean, Section 230?
Trying to remember.
Also, which topic is this? I don't see it on the list.
Oh, it's the AI and CSAM. CSAM is the abbreviation for child sexual abuse material.
I see.
The kicker, though, was the fact that normally when police try to post as kids online, they use photos of adult women that look young.
Right.
Or younger photos of current police officers.
Okay.
But during this investigation, the police used AI-generated images.
Oh, no.
To basically have
I'm reading farther down in the article. 230 might not protect Snapchat.
No, because, this is... I was trying to remember how much of 230 would actually protect for illicit materials.
I mean, if there's kind of a thing of like, if you're taking reasonable measures to stop it, then you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the account with the AI generated image was recommended to dangerous accounts, even though it was set as a private profile. Not great.
Mm-hmm.
Not great.
Yeah. But yes, no, so now the question is, using an AI generated image, is that technically more ethical, or?
I don't know. This is messy.
Yes.
Oh, this is the person, her firm got Omegle shut down. This is the person who shut down Omegle.
Oh, wait, that's shut down?
Omegle.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, for almost a year now. I think it was like November of last year.
Yeah, November 22nd, 2023. Huh. Oh, Omegle.
Yeah, the admin creator of Omegle posted like a giant document saying like, here's why I made this program. Here's what I wanted to get out of it. It really helped me. I know it really helped a lot of people, but also like it caused a lot of damage, and I'm sorry. So yeah, like this is a group that has experience with this. Although I'm amused when they're like, we shuttered Omegle forever. Like, do you know how many clones there are right now because you shut down the big one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was just.
Do you know how much harder it is to monitor it now that there isn't one clear dominant central place? Yeah. Like, grats, you drove it further underground.
Oh yeah, it's same thing with Pirate Bay. It's like, okay, good job, you shut Pirate Bay down.
They didn't, because Pirate Bay is still up.
Yeah, but they had done something, they're always like, oh, we're going to do this to this, torrent site, and we're going to do this to this torrent site. And it's just like, okay, well, I'll just go to this other one then. Oh, yeah, is Demonoid back up again, or no?
I have no idea. Let's find out. Well, Demonoid.me is not.
I think it's Demonoid.is. Oh, maintenance in progress.
Demonoid is just maintenance in progress.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm doing a CAPTCHA so I can... Has anyone been able to access Demonoid? Not for some time, gone for a few weeks.
Well, it was back up, and I guess now it's back down. So. Oh, well.
Yep.
But yes, the state of New Mexico is going after Snapchat.
Okay.
And they seem to have a case, and they used an AI-generated picture instead of an actual
child.
Well, like I said, they didn't actually use children because that's,
Well, right. They use childlike entities.
Yes. This time they just generated a pure AI-generated picture.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, so you're not actually using a kid, but the last thing you want to do is have an AI,
that's generating CSAM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets messy.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk is saying that they're going to be putting people on Mars within 4 years.
Well, it'd be good if they get Starship to actually, launch and land.
Yep. First, this is 5 hours ago. First starships to Mars will launch in 2 years at the next Earth-Mars transfer window. These will be uncrewed to test the reliability of landing intact on Mars. If those go well, the first crewed flights will be in 4 years. Goal of building a self-sustaining city in about 20 years. This is a man who has no idea what he's talking about. Literally no idea what he's talking about.
Has Polaris Dawn even launched yet? Are they still on delay?
I don't know.
Looks like delayed until Monday at the earliest.
Yeah. That's the private spacewalk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the last August original launch date was scrubbed due to a helium leak on the quick disconnect umbilical. And then there was the weather issue. And then the FAA ground the Falcon 9 for 12 hours before they said, okay, yeah, you guys can fly them again. So yeah, they're basically, it looks like they just keep pausing it due to weather issues. So possibly Monday, but who knows?
20 years, have a city on Mars. What bullshit.
Well, there is a Starliner update.
It launched.
It landed. It landed, yes.
Perfectly.
Yes.
I'm still not sure if that's better or worse than not.
Well, technically it wasn't a flawless landing because there was still a software glitch during the return flight. Yeah, there was a brief glitch in Starliner's navigation system during reentry, and one of the 12 controlled jets on the actual module, not where the other ones were having issues, but on the actual module, one of the 12 controlled jets failed to ignite at all.
Oh, no.
It was nothing, there's 12 of them, so they were able to compensate. So it didn't affect the landing at all, but still you had 1 out of 12 fail during reentry. So yes, it landed. Did it land flawlessly? No. So we'll see. And of course, NASA was asked during the press conference, is this, are you going to approve Starliner? Or are you not? They're just like, NASA's like, all right, hold on. let's process what happened with this flight before we start looking forward. Okay. Yeah. I just love listening to the press going, okay, well, what about the next one? It's like, dude, it just got on the ground.
They just landed. They have so much stuff to review.
Yeah.
Although I don't think it's inappropriate to be like, so up or down vote? Confidence level, high, low? Not asking you to commit to something, but just as a first pass.
Oh, Saturday morning's press conference, nobody from Boeing was even there. Oof. It was just NASA people. So.
Oof.
Boeing released a 3-paragraph written statement emailed to reporters a half hour after Starliner's landing. They didn't even go to the post-landing press conference. They just...
Yeah, I can't blame them for that.
No.
There's a lot that I think they need to answer for.
Yes. So, is NASA going to give up on Starliner? I don't think so. NASA wants to launch vehicles.
Yes.
NASA wants to launch vehicles. There's no question about that. The question is Boeing going to give up on Starliner? And I feel like, they already have a sunken cost into it. The question though is, are they going to put good money after bad? But I feel like they need a win, and I feel like NASA really wants them to win. So I know.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
The real question is going to become, okay, do they want to do another test flight, or do they just want to actually put a whole full crew for Starliner 1?
I think they do another test flight.
Yeah. I feel like they want to have people walking out of that module in, the
ground.
New Mexico desert. Yeah. You want to have that shot of them in New Mexico.
Do another test flight. I think they do it with crew. I don't know, maybe even step back one level and do one more uncrewed test flight, make sure you've got everything taken care of. Then you do a crewed test flight. Do you not think so?
No, I feel like they want to have somebody. They want to have somebody in the cockpit on the ride down. They've shown that the autonomous way of doing it is fine, but they need somebody in there to actually ride it back on re-entry and go, this was a little rough. This thing, This thing shook like a washing machine that was, out of balance.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that they need to learn now, and they need actual people in them to do that. So I feel like they'll do one more test flight, but that pushes end of next year, probably, before, whatever the next flight is going to be. It's probably going to be till the end of next year. And then they're finally going to get somebody up and running, probably mid 2027.
You mean when SpaceX is apparently landing on Mars? Oh, boy.
When are we supposed to land on the moon?
For NASA? Or, Musk is just like, fuck the moon. I don't care about the moon.
We're just going to go from here straight to Mars. Mm-hmm.
Go straight to Mars. We've been to the moon. Let's go to fucking Mars.
We went to the moon, found out that it wasn't made of cheese.
Mars isn't any better.
No, it is not.
It is also not made of cheese. It is also full of dust.
Yep.
Why is every other planet full of dust?
I don't know. Why it is our sister planet, Venus, one of the most inhospitable places in our solar system.
Yeah, well, we're trying to catch up to her.
Man, think if we could actually terraform Venus.
I think Kurzgesagt did a video on that.
On terraforming
what would it take to terraform Venus?
Oh, hold on. If there is one, I'm going to have to... Mark Rober versus Dude Perfect Ultimate Robot Battle. What? Sorry, that was my most recent... Okay. Terraforming Venus. Oh, how to terraform Venus quickly.
Just drop a couple asteroids on it.
Well, I will save that to my watch later. Here we go.
I assume.
Should we terraform Venus? It's a better idea than terraforming Mars. Still a bad idea, though. Well, that would be an interesting one to see. All right.
Yeah. Cooling the planet with solar shades. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Not to mention you'd have to change the day-night cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Since one side of Venus is always pointed to the sun.
Well, a little bit of the last space news here.
Yeah.
In 6 months, Saturn's rings are going to disappear.
From Earth's perspective.
Yes.
For a couple months.
Yes.
Did you clickbait this article, or did this get you because you're like, what?
No, I saw it and I'm like, okay, Saturn's rings are not actually going to disappear. So what are they trying to think of? Yeah, Saturn is just going to be tilted just that one way. So we're going to be looking at it just like we would look at the edge of a record.
Nope.
I thought it was
not
the fact
what's happening.
I thought the tilt was causing them to be edge on.
But it's not to us.
Oh, for the sun.
It's the tilt to the sun.
It's the tilt to the sun. You're right. Okay, that would make sense.
So we won't see it because even if it is tilted towards us, it's pointed at the sun.
So the sun can't reflect anything. Okay. Or the rings won't. Yep. Okay. I gotcha. I thought that
At
was
least that's
just because,
my understanding.
I thought it was just the fact that they were tilted to... There are 2 brief times during Saturn's orbit where the ring edge points directly at the sun. Okay, this is a fleeting cosmic event that reoccurs every 29 and a half years, which is the orbit of Saturn. Okay, so yes. So March 2025, the rings will become invisible, and they'll show back up again November 2025.
So yeah, for a few months, the rings will be gone.
Man, space is just weird.
Yep. And big.
Yep. Oh, did you see the James Webb Nebula photo?
No.
Oh. Had done
a new one?
Yeah.
Horsehead Nebula?
I think so. It was a recent photo that I just saw from...
This is May of this year.
Oh, was it May? Okay.
Are you looking at something more recent?
I thought I was, but maybe not. Oh, no. James Webb detects what looks like a giant question mark in space.
What? Question mark. Spies gigantic cosmic question. Oh, but that's been there for a while, hasn't it? I'm so glad that the James Webb is still doing things.
Question mark pair are a dusty red galaxy and a white spiral galaxy beside it. A third galaxy forms the punctuation mark's dot. Yeah, that kind of does look like a question mark, doesn't it? Huh. Well, what else we got on here that something that really hasn't happened in ever, actually.
Yeah.
Volkswagen in its entire history has never closed any of their German plants.
Is this a until now?
Pretty much.
Oops.
Where is it at here? The profit margin fell to 2.3% in the first half of this year, and they are looking to try and drastically attempt to cut costs. And the CEO reportedly, during this very demanding and serious situation for the European automotive industry, says that they may close plants in the home country for the first time ever.
Well,
Yeah, which there was a big meeting about this in Germany, and the meeting actually got delayed for about 20 minutes because the entire workforce that was there, which they had to create overflow areas because there were so many people coming to this meeting, were basically chanting, not to close, and they're like, we are VW, you are not, for like 20 minutes before the C executives could actually speak.
Oops.
Yep. But they were pointing out the fact that the China is part of what was going on, is the fact that VW, the sales in Europe were dropping, but sales in China were basically just keeping everything afloat. But, China is not an infinite country. At some point, you're going to reach a market share, and the Chinese automakers have started to cut into the share as well.
So it's just bad.
Yeah, they're losing their China sales, and the Chinese competitors are starting to move into the European market now too. And people are saying VW has, 300,000 more employees than Toyota right now.
Damn.
Yeah. Which
Do they
sold
make that many more cars?
Toyota sold 2 million more vehicles than VW did last year.
Now, I do have to ask, is there a bit of like the MBAs are coming in and ruining it for the engineers again? Like, how many of those people who work at VW are the actual engineers, and it's like the business folk who are coming in and saying, oh, no, we got to get rid of people?
Hold on, I'm trying to read German here. Come on, Google, do your translating, because I'm trying to read the Volkswagen annual report. Come on. It's a lot of German here. Yes, sure, let's download it. Will you download it? Oh, good, I found the English version. All right, here we go. Come on. God, my laptop here is already about to get sent out to pasture. And of course, I missed the back to school sales. So let's see. Volkswagen Group. No. Volkswagen AG. No. God, there are a lot of groups in Volkswagen.
Yep.
188 mentions of employees. Jeez. Oh boy, I don't want to dig through that much.
No.
But yeah, 600.
Not for us to do.
No. But yeah, Volkswagen is having some issue and are about to possibly do something that has been unprecedented in their entire history. So,
well, times are changing. Probably not much comfort to the people who are about to get laid off.
Yes.
We have seen what closing a plant can do.
Yes. Yes, we have.
We are from Michigan. We are intimately familiar with what closing a plant can do.
Yes.
GM.
Well, who did... There used to be actually a big automotive plant in Kalamazoo, and I'm trying to remember who used to own the Midlink Business Park. Let's see. 6 things to know about the park. Who did it used to be owned by? It was the General Motors stamping plant. 340 acres.
That's a big plant.
Yes, it was a former GM plant here in Kalamazoo. That's actually part of the reason why the Kalamazoo Wings Event Center / hockey arena was actually put there, because it was across the street from the plant. And so when the people would get off their shift, they would literally go across the street to the hockey game. But then the plant closed, and yeah.
Oops.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, I have seen what it looks like now after having the plant. When did that close? They bought it in 1999. Well, when did it close? You don't tell me when it closed, do you? Oh, that's too much research for that, and it's too late for me to really...
There's been a lot of research in this episode. A lot of just like random Googling during the episode.
Yes. Other thing I wanted to touch on, Verizon is looking to buy Frontier for $9.6 billion, which is...
That's a lot of money.
Yes. Well, they're buying it for $9.6 billion, but they're also agreeing to take on over $10 billion in debt held by Frontier.
So effectively, it's going to cost them $19 billion plus interest.
Yes.
Frontier Airline?
No.
Wait.
Frontier Internet and Phone.
Okay. I'm not familiar with Frontier Internet and Phone.
They are not good. I have dealt with them, both personally with my family has used Frontier and had problems. And then I have had to deal with them professionally due to them being the only game in town for a couple of our transmitter sites at the old radio station job. And once again, they were horrible.
So why is Verizon trying to spend $19 billion on it?
Well, because after Frontier filed for bankruptcy in April 2020, they emerged from bankruptcy the next year with a plan to upgrade many of the copper DSL to actual fiber. So now Frontier has 2.2 million fiber subscribers across 25 states. 2.2 million fiber subscribers, 7.2 million fiber locations, with a plan to build out an additional 2.8 million fiber locations by the end of 2026.
Could Verizon make their own fiber locations for less than $10 billion?
Well,
not 19, but 10.
I don't know.
I have a feeling they could, Andy. $10 billion is a lot of money.
Yes. The really fun bit, though, was the fact that Verizon sold part of its network to Frontier 8 years ago.
So it's trying to buy back part of its network.
Yes. In 2016, Frontier bought Verizon's Fios and DSL operations in Florida, California, and Texas. So now Verizon is buying back. Yes.
Some of its network. And $19 billion of debt.
Well, no, $10 billion of debt.
Sorry, $10 billion of debt.
For about 3 million customers. 3 million customers.
3 million customers doesn't seem like that many when you're talking about these telecoms.
No. And, $20 billion transactions. So let's see, 20 billion divided by 3 million.
How much money are they spending per person? That's like, what, $6,000 per person?
I think, let's see, okay, so that's 20 million. That's 2 billion. That's 20 billion right there. Divided by 3 million. $6,666 per person. They're spending $6,000, over $6,000 per person. So how much
that's not including all the fiber locations that they get. That's not including their old network that they get back.
Yeah.
But damn.
How much does Verizon Fios cost per month? Let's see. Their fiber optic internet stuff includes cell phone. Mm-hmm. Plans start at $35 a month with AutoPay and Verizon Mobile.
So let's assume that those customers are going to we'll be generous and say $60 a month.
Yes.
That's 100 months to make up the cost.
Mm-hmm.
That's 7 years.
9 years?
Is it 9 years?
9 years. So if I divide 6,666 by 60, I get 111.11, and then divide that by 12 gets me 9.25 repeating.
So they'd make it back in 10 years?
10 years, yes.
But that doesn't account for the interest
on
the $10 billion of debt.
Yep.
I don't like it. And I'm shocked that the accountants at Verizon are like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. Clearly they know something I don't.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But were I a Verizon shareholder, I'd probably be saying, hang on a second, hold up. Like, this doesn't sound right. Surely, like, our ad revenue, our ad campaigns get us more than $6,000 per person.
I don't know. Granted, I just know here I used to have T-Mobile home internet, right? And then I switched to MetroNet fiber. And then lo and behold, I'm just, keeping tabs on MetroNet. And then I look up MetroNet and T-Mobile, and T-Mobile has announced a joint venture to acquire 100% of MetroNet's residential customers for, I think, $5 billion.
So much money.
Mm-hmm.
So much money. What are we doing, Andy?
I'm just living my life, having a good time playing, Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars with your kid.
Yep.
I played Pal World this week. Like a lot of it. Like a lot of Pal World this week.
I caught a Groki.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was
one?
Well,
I just transferred like 15 of them.
yes, but I know, but you just have, you were literally surrounded by Pokestops for 8 hours a day.
More than that, because I worked late.
My God, there's
there's
a lot of squirrels out.
Do you have both of your max Pokemon?
I don't know what any of that is, so I'm going to say no.
Your giant sheep and your giant squirrel?
No, I do not have my giant sheep or my giant squirrel.
Have you done the special quest?
I randomly tapped this thing that sort of looked like a Pokestop but wasn't, and picked up 5 herbs of some kind.
Nope. You picked up max energy.
Okay.
If you go to your special quests, it's like go to quests, go to special, there should be a quest called To the Max.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to catch a Sobble?
A Sobble? A Snubble?
A Sobble?
Sobble. Yes, because he's crying. He's sobbing.
He's a 0-star, so he's going to cry himself right to the professor.
Okay.
All right, so the special To the Max. All right. Collect MP from 3 power spots. Collect 500 max particles. Oh my goodness gracious.
MP is max particles.
Okay.
Yeah, if you do that, you get a max powered Wooloo, and then the next part you get a max powered Squovit, the squirrel.
This is just getting complicated.
Yep. Well, because it's pulling in the rest of Pokemon.
When's Gen 10 supposed to come out?
Gen 10?
Yes.
I mean, they just came out with Gen 9. So 10 is probably a few years out at this point. Why do you ask?
Well, no, I'm just curious. Okay, somebody says, expect Pokemon Gen 10 in 2026 for the franchise's 30th anniversary. Okay, that would make sense. So possibly 2026. All right, Pokemon Olive and Pokemon Sage
are not the next ones.
Oh, this is a dumb wiki. Why, Google, why are you
sound
pulling...
like fan-made things.
Yes, they are. And of course, Google's frickin' AI doesn't know the difference.
Yeah. Did you just ask Google's AI when the next Pokemon game is?
I asked about Gen 10 Pokemon, and it gave me...
Not announced, Andy.
Yep.
It is not yet announced.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing that now, so...
They just did, like, the 3rd DLC for Gen 9. They're probably going to wait for the Switch 2.
Well, more stuff I'm not going to worry about.
Yep. Anything else on here?
The fact that Sony announced, was talking about Concord during their big, state of play over the summer. And then they released the game on August 23rd and just announced that the game will be taken offline beginning September 6th.
Ouch.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
Game lasted 2 weeks.
Yes. And Sony said, all right, we're done with this.
That can't be. Like, someone's in contract violation somewhere.
Well, people were thinking that Sony bought Firewalk Studios, mainly because there was a lot of people who came from places like Bungie and that sort of thing there. So I think they were buying the company and they were buying the talent. And Firewalk Studios had been working on this game since forever. So Sony said...
Sony's like, we'll publish it, don't worry.
Yep. And they published it and it lasted 2 weeks.
Oops.
We've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024, and explore options including those that will better reach our players. Concord sales will cease immediately and will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's as temporary as it sounds.
I don't know, but we'll see.
And they'll be like, yeah, we're just, we're figuring out what we need to do, and then we'll do it, and then we'll come back better than before.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Well, I think we've reached the point.
Sure. I mean, I'm kind of curious about Bluetooth 6.
Well, they're just, lower latency better power savings, more security.
Cool. There's some news about Valve's weird first-person shooter Dota.
Oh, that Deadlock?
Deadlock, yeah. They stopped stats going to a stats site and said, like, look, the game's not out. It's not ready. These statistics are meaningless, so we're locking down the way that they were pulling the statistics.
Okay.
Which, yeah, like, you know what? Legit.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
That's completely understandable. It's not.
Also, however, I'm more and more have come to the, like, Steam is making too much money, and like they're making too much money because they are taking too much money, and I feel like their 30% should probably shrink.
Well, it's the same thing with Google and Apple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Steam came out early with this whole online marketplace and realized that, you know, the casino makes money by taking their cut.
No, the casino makes money by playing unfair games.
Yes, but for poker.
For poker, they take their cut.
Yes, they take their cut.
Yes.
There can be winners, there can be losers, it doesn't matter.
I'm not against Valve taking their cut. I just think the cut they're taking is too big.
No, and I'm not going to argue against that, because having delved deep into the whole Epic versus Google and Epic versus Apple, realizing how much they're making, especially now, even Microsoft was pissed off at Apple for their new App Store stuff with the European Union.
Yeah,
Microsoft is coming out and saying,
yeah,
Microsoft is coming out and going, this is ridiculous.
This is still exploitative.
Yes.
All right, randos.
Yes, we are.
Random topic. I've been doing a bunch of stuff that I've already been doing, so it was hard to come up with a topic. So one of the things I have been doing that I thought I had been doing for a long time and apparently hadn't. We never reviewed Puzzle Quest 2.
Which I literally thought we did, and I had to go back to our random topics list, which, yes, in case anybody is wondering, we have every single random topic, or not random topic, and random topic, actually, both random topic and random review on a list.
Yep.
And it's not there.
Well, so here's my other question then, Andy. You feel like we would have reviewed this. How much playtime do you have on Puzzle Quest 2?
Oh, on Puzzle Quest 2?
Yeah.
Like none.
Right.
Like I played the crap out of Puzzle Quest.
You played Puzzle Quest, you played Marvel Puzzle Quest?
Yeah.
But did you ever play Puzzle Quest 2?
No, I don't think I ever did.
So here's the thing. You haven't missed anything.
Okay.
My review of Puzzle Quest 2 is it's Puzzle Quest, but it's available on Steam.
Oh, I'm looking at it here. I have played it for 39 hours.
39 hours?
That's what it says. It says my stats for Puzzle Quest
Andy,
2.
That's a respectable amount. 39 hours is not trivial.
I played, it looks like, just the assassin class.
That's fine. I've played just the sorcerer class.
I have had 217 battles. Why is this stats on here?
Where are you seeing these stats?
On the Puzzle Quest 2 stats page.
There's a stats page?
Yeah. No, I went to Puzzle Quest 2. I went to the Steam page for Puzzle Quest 2, and it said, "Hey, Puzzle Quest 2 is already in your Steam library." And it says 38.9 hours on record. And right below that, it says view your stats. And so I'm like, hey, let me check that out. And I click it. And it says, I have played
the assassin class.
Yes, 217 battles, 208 victories.
Nice.
Total damage inflicted, 37,000 total damage inflicted. Favorite spells are stealth, Swift Strike, Burning Strike, and Disarm.
Well, because you played the Assassins.
I played the Assassins, yes.
I hope that stealth was your favorite spell. I want to see my stats. Where are these stats? If I go to, Steam.com?
My guess is, if you just change my Steam ID to your ID.
Oh, SteamCommunity.com. There we go. Favorite class, Sorcerer. Results, 62-7.
So you're reviewing a game that I seem to have played
significantly more of.
And I honestly do not remember any. Oh yeah, with this weird isometric map.
Yeah. They took Puzzle Quest and they're like, let's make it a little more RPG-ish, but do it badly. And I mean, you know, they like kudos to them. They had fire in a bottle, lightning in a bottle, and they were like, shit, what do we do? And they tried some stuff, and I don't feel like it worked quite as well. But it's still Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, no.
It's still like the basic match 3 or more and get stuff. My favorite spell, by the way, is Wild Mana, which converts whichever gem / whatever else you click on into a ×2 or ×3.
Oh.
So it's really nice for getting 4 in a rows, because if you got like 1 something and then 2 of the same thing, you can turn that if you have A, B, A, A.
Yeah, you can turn B into
click on B and you turn it into an A and you get to go again.
Yep.
But yeah, they added an RPG, they added like equipment and improving equipment. Like there's a shop you can go to with material to improve your equipment. But like it's all so poorly explained and poorly laid out. It absolutely feels like it was tacked on.
Well, in case you're wondering, I'm going to have to figure out a different link because at the request of the publisher, Puzzle Quest 2 is unlisted on the Steam store.
Okay.
So
then I'm glad I still have it. Maybe it's on Good Old Games?
I don't know.
But like even something as simple as the classes, like there's no explanation about what the classes are.
No.
Or why you would pick them or what you get from them.
Assassins grow in agility and morale. They start the game with low attack but have several spells that can cause lethal damage combos, and they can utilize several poisons.
Yep.
Why do assassins grow in morale?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You got very far in this game, apparently.
Apparently, yes, I have gotten very far. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's how I got into Marvel Puzzle Quest. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that they've requested to remove it from Steam kind of leads to my take on it, which is you're probably better off playing Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Which is still going quite strong, because I realized I still had the Line app up, because that's what I used for the Alliance communications. Mm-hmm. And they are still going strong with stuff.
Now, interestingly enough, there is a Puzzle Quest 3. So maybe they took care of some of this. It's also free, which leads me to believe there's like DLC or like timed stuff or like, you know, buy energy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. There's
all right.
Oof. All right.
Random topic.
Don't look at that chat list anymore. That is a lot. Okay. Random topic. Rolled ahead of time. That is not the right random topic. That is the random topic from last week. Where is the podcast episode list? Here we go. All right. How much money, realistically, based off of what you can get your hands on, would you be willing to spend to have lunch with the president, Steve Jobs, Douglas Adams?
Is this in one go? Like, is it lunch with all 3? Or are these 3 different lunches?
Well, it'd be kind of hard to have lunch with Steve Jobs and Douglas Adams.
They are both dead.
Yes. So that would not be a very good lunch.
The current president, due respect to the man, probably isn't far behind. So you're approaching this on a whole other level. I'm not worried about the fact that they're dead. It says, how much would you pay to have lunch with them? So either there's resurrection involved, or there's time travel involved, or there's like communing with the dead involved. Sure, any of those are pretty interesting. But like, A, is it with all 3 of them? This changes the answer. B, how many other people are there? Like, when you do a fundraising event with the president and you pay like $800 a plate, it's not like you're sitting at the table with the guy.
No,
it's you're in the room.
Yeah, no, the fundraiser, I think, was like $10,000 a plate, kind of gets you to the like an actual meet and greet, I think. I don't know. There was some stuff that was posted up. This was for Trump's side of things, because people like posting how much money they're spending on Trump.
Right.
And some of those things were just kind of ridiculous of how much people were spending just, to be like, have a photo op with the president. It's like, okay, that's great.
Well, but there's more than the photo op.
Yes, it's more than just the photo op. Yeah.
It's hey, I could really use this sort of favor. Let me give you $10,000 right now.
Or, you could be the Russian government and just paying podcasters boatloads of money.
Yeah.
Which, hello, Russian listeners.
Didn't we block all of Russia?
We did actually block all of Russia. Yes, we did.
But now we're on YouTube.
Yes, now we're on YouTube. So yes.
The Russians can listen to us again.
Oh, God, I still remember that. Yeah, because they were really screwing up everything.
Well, they were hitting our stuff really hard.
Yeah, for no apparent reason.
I don't know why. I don't know what we had that they were like, this site, rapodcast.net, this is going to be the target of our next attack. We're going to load their forums with a bunch of garbage, despite the forums having 3 active users, 2 of which were you and me.
I think there was 4. I think there was 4 active users, maybe 5. 5.
In any case.
Yes.
Back to the question at hand.
I feel like that's the whole thing is. Anyway, back to what we were actually supposed to be talking about.
There's your title. Back to the question at hand.
How much money? Well, first off, the question is, how much money realistically can I get my hands on right now? I don't know. It's probably not a lot.
For disposable income?
Yes. And is it disposable income of having lunch with any of those 3?
Well, but like, here's the thing. If like the situation that this is in makes a huge amount of difference. If I get to have lunch with Douglas Adams by bringing Douglas Adams back to life, like, I'd pay a couple $1,000s for that. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how, but like,
details.
I could do that. You are bringing someone back from the dead? Yeah, let's see that. Let's see that.
Go have lunch at the restaurant at the end of the universe.
No, thank you. I'll have lunch with them here, but I'd like to know how you're bringing them back to life. I think that's worth a couple $1,000s, don't you?
Yes, if you can somehow, cheat death. I feel like cheating death is worth a couple of $1,000s.
So, yeah, probably a couple thousand. For the president, probably not that much. Probably like, I don't know, $100, $200. This is my coworker has an Ember mug. Are you familiar with Ember mugs?
No. I feel like I've heard that before.
It's a mug that has a heating coil in it.
Oh, yes, because I saw those at Costco and went, why would you need that?
He loves it. He absolutely loves it because his coffee stays hot all day. He gets a cup of coffee in the morning and he can sip it all day and it's hot all day. He absolutely loves it.
Yeah, I have a Stanley that I fill up with a liter of coffee and it stays, it
stays hot all day.
Yeah, I could probably have a hot cup of coffee right now. Would I do that because it is 1:17 in the morning?
What, in the morning? Probably a bad idea.
Probably a bad idea to have a cup of coffee at 1:17 in the morning.
But he comes to my office and he holds his cup up and we talked about this many times about his cup. He's like, so this thing? I'm like, yeah. He says, this thing is 14 ounces. I'm like, okay, it can hold like a can of Coke. He's like, yeah. How much would you pay for a version of this that's 8 ounces? No, sorry, 6 ounces. 6 ounces? Maybe it was 6 ounces? Yeah,
I see a
14 ounces. 14 ounces, and he says 6 ounces and no handle. And I'm like, how much would I pay for it? Like $15. And he's like, oh, how much are they charging for it? Like $80.
Yeah, I'm seeing these prices right now on there. And oh my goodness. No. Oh, you could get it refurbished for $70. Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Yeah. So I feel like there's the same thing about like how much would you pay for like lunch with the president? I'm like, I don't know, like $150? Is he covering lunch or am I? Is the cost just for the ticket or does it include the food?
Well, if you're talking about the current president, you could just get him ice cream.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I'd go with Joe to get ice cream.
Yeah, no, I feel like that would be an okay thing.
You know what? I'd spend $150 or $200 to have ice cream with Joe. I think that's about where I'd call it, though.
Yeah. The question is, how much would I pay for Five Guys with Obama?
Again, probably about $150 to $200. Although, like, I feel like that conversation would be really awkward. Like, so, President Obama, like, how you doing? I spent $200 to be here.
Are you gonna? Did you get a hamburger with everything on it, or no?
What's your go-to order?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna spend much theoretically or literally for any of these. So.
Yeah, Douglas Adams, like, how long is lunch?
That's the other question, yeah.
I think in his own words, like, lunch is a frame of mind. So, like, if I get him for lunch and lunch lasts for a couple years and, like, he's alive and maybe possibly writing books, I'd pay a lot for that. I think collectively we could find a lot of people who'd pay a lot for that.
Yes, you would find a lot of people. So.
Yep.
Well, I feel like on that note, that's a wrap. This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.